Being a nice guy is not why you're losing, but it might be why you're invisible. Invisible in love, invisible in meetings, invisible when opportunities are handed out. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Polite is not powerful, and the world does not reward harmlessness. It rewards value backed by presence. By the end of this video, you'll understand the psychological gap between being liked and being respected, and why closing that gap changes everything in dating, career, and confidence. There's one subtle shift most men miss, and it's costing them years. Let me show you what I mean. You know this guy. He texts back instantly. He agrees with everyone. He avoids conflict. He works hard, stays late, never complains. In relationships, he listens endlessly, but never leads. At work, he delivers results, but never negotiates. He thinks, if I'm good enough, they'll notice. They don't. Instead, he watches someone louder get promoted, someone bolder get the girl, someone less nice take the spotlight, and he feels confused, even resentful. Here's what's actually happening. Humans are wired to detect strength, not aggression, strength. Strength signals safety, direction, leadership. When you are overly agreeable, overly accommodating, overly careful not to upset anyone, your brain thinks you're being kind. Other people's brains read something else. They read low risk tolerance, low dominance, low boundaries. In psychology, attraction and respect are linked to perceived value and perceived status. And status isn't about money or muscles, it's about how firmly you occupy space. Think of it like this. Niceness without boundaries is like a house with no doors. Anyone can walk in. No one feels impressed by it. But kindness with standards, that's different. That's a gated property. Access is earned. Here's the twist most nice guys miss. People don't lose attraction because you're kind. They lose attraction because you seem afraid. Afraid to disagree. Afraid to disappoint. Afraid to say no. And fear lowers perceived value. This is where things get uncomfortable. If you are always available, always agreeable, always accommodating, you are communicating that you need approval more than you value yourself. And neediness, even subtle neediness, kills both romance and professional leverage. But here's what nobody talks about. The solution is not to become cold, not to become arrogant, not to become a manipulative alpha. It's to integrate power into your personality. Power is the ability to withstand disapproval. Let that sink in. The moment you can tolerate someone being mildly upset with you, your entire social dynamic changes. So how do you close this gap? First, practice strategic disagreement. Not argument, disagreement. When you have a different opinion, voice it calmly. You don't need to win, you need to exist. Second, delay responses occasionally, not as a game, but to train yourself out of instant validation seeking. Your time is valuable, act like it. Third, set micro boundaries. If someone interrupts you, continue speaking. If someone makes a joke at your expense, respond calmly instead of laughing along. If you don't want to do something, say, I can't. Short, clean, no over-explaining. Fourth, stop offering unearned effort. Attention, favors, emotional labor. Invest where it's reciprocated. And here's the big shift. Instead of asking, do they like me? Start asking, do I respect how I'm showing up right now? That question alone will change your posture, your tone, your decisions. Because when you respect yourself, people feel it. You don't need to dominate the room. You don't need to be the loudest voice. You just need to be solid. The paradox, when you stop trying to be liked, you become more attractive. When you stop trying to avoid conflict, you become more respected. When you stop shrinking to keep peace, you become powerful. Nice isn't the problem. Nice without strength is. So keep your kindness, keep your empathy, just add edges. Because the world doesn't ignore you for being good. It ignores you for being safe, and safe is forgettable. Be kind, but be unmovable.